We are back with Harlem. And now this episode 1, after how long have we been waiting for it to come back? All right. Now the theme of this episode to me was really stigmatized and desperate. Okay. And there were opportunities here to grow the cast, which they did in some ways, to add layers to the storyline, but did it really hit home? Okay. Now, if you are new here, I am Denise Brady. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. And let's go through some of the layers of this episode. Now, spoilers. There are going to be some spoilers. So if you have not watched it, be prepared, okay? I warned you, all right? But make sure you hit that bell, you subscribe, you do the do's to help this channel. Now, we are back and it's the Ian and Camille show, okay? There were parts of me where I'm like, okay, this is a reality. Sometimes we get caught up in the D that we forget our minds. We forget our education. That we are so caught up in this person that we forget I have other things I can be doing in my life. You are so attached to the emotions, the feelings that you want to hold on to this person any way you can. And sometimes holding on to them, you get a little bit of a piece of them means, okay, we can just kind of hook up. We don't got to have strings attached. But can people really have relationships with people with no emotions? They say men can and women can't. This episode showed me a little bit that, is it true that women cannot have sexual-based relationships without having feelings attached? Okay. Now we see her texting, going back and forth. Now we said we weren't going to be together, right? Does that really mean we can't, have some benefits to this situation where, we just hook up here and there? And there were parts of me where I'm just like, has Camille always been this way? Or did they just really dumb down her character? Because I feel like she has so much education, so much, things that she can mirror to Black women watching this show. There are women who probably align with her character, the things she is going through, the things that she is facing. But then there's a part of me of like, are we falling for the stereotypical tropes of, young Black women trying to find themselves behind a man? Okay, now we could have, and this is only episode 1, maybe it'll get better, but I feel like we could have done more about her evolving, her career, the things with Whoopi Goldberg, her book. I was like, can we ever evolve as Black women on TV shows? Can we ever be successful without the attachment of a man? Okay, because throughout this episode, I saw more new characters coming in, Kofi, Gail, all attached to romance. And that is like, it is the core of the show. But I'm just like, can we have some involvement? Can we not just do the cheap, watered down, the easy route to bring these people in and have them be romantic relationships? And there was a part of me that's like, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to get my hopes up. And I'm only on episode 1, so I'm not disappointed, but I'm just like, could we have done more? All right. Another thing that we're seeing in this first episode is Quinn trying to find herself also. All these women, I think, are all trying to find themselves. And I enjoyed the past seasons of Quinn trying to find herself as a queer woman. Okay. I enjoyed that storyline. I enjoyed the involvement of seeing not your stereotypical, Black woman who is more masculine presenting, seeing the more femme presenting, queer community. It didn't feel like at times it was a stereotypical, oh, we're going to put this masculine female on this show and follow the script. It felt a little bit different. So I was hoping this season that we would see more of her, trying to identify as a queer woman, coming into that, the layers with her family, the layers with her friends, trying to find herself. But so far, here it is, a man to save the day, to make you see yourself, to feel seen, to give you everything that you need. And not everyone is in that type of relationship. Sometimes people find love with somebody who looks like them. It could be 2 women, it can be 2 men, it can be polyamorous relationships. I'm like, where's the involvement? It's 2025. Not everyone is laid up with a man. Okay, some people are laid up with a woman. 2 women in a relationship. 2 men and a woman in a relationship. I just feel like relationships have evolved past the just a man, a woman. You're feeling lost. You don't know where you are. Oh, here's a man to save the day. To help you see that all you needed was a man. And though we are only in episode 1, I'm just like, I just want more. I want more dynamics. I want more layers, more richness, more involvement, less tropes. And speaking of tropes, okay, you have homegirl who got engaged, and what is she falling into? The friend who gets a man and forgets her friendships. Don't got time because she's caught up, laid up with her new man, her fiance, trying to plan her way. Though that is accurate. I'm about to fall in my chair. That is accurate, and those things do happen. I'm just like, okay. Okay, I get that. I know those things happen, but can we see something different? Okay? And then you got Gail coming in. Gail is going to be a love interest. They make this episode felt very sexualized. And I think there could have just been more involvement. All these shows nowadays, they go towards, let's just sexualize everything. Okay? We don't need storylines. We'll sprinkle that in, but the forefront is sex and intimacy. And everything is going to bounce off that. But we're going to put the sex at the front now. Okay? The intimacy. All right? So I'm watching the episode. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Here comes the spoiler, y'all. I warned you. Okay, the spoiler. Now, last season, we had the end, and I thought they could have picked up more on why Ian and Camille decided that they just couldn't be together. But they just said, didn't we decide not to we couldn't be together? I'm like, why though? What was it that you guys had conversations about where you realized you just couldn't be together? Can we have more context instead of y'all in the bed together? He decides to go back to his old, his flame from when he was in his childhood. And then Camille starts to not feel well at the club. I was like, Camille is the one pregnant. Wow. Now this is going to complicate things. Okay. It really is, but was it the easy route to make Camille pregnant? Okay. I was hoping more, somebody else could have been pregnant, just to not fall for the easy routes. You broke up, it's complicated, now you're pregnant. But then once again, those are a lot of people's stories. And is it a stereotypical story? Is it, showing the audience that this happens to women who are very educated and have so many things going for themselves? It could be that too. But I want to know, what do you guys think about them choosing Camille to be pregnant out of all the characters? And so I guess we're going to go on this route of who's her baby daddy. Is it Ian? Is it the professor she was sleeping with? So we're about to go down that route, and she has everything going for her. So she's about to write a book. She decided to leave the school. She still has a relationship with Whoopi, but life throws you a curveball, girl, and now you're pregnant. And so there's a part of me that's like, yeah, this is a lot of people's stories. Maybe it'll show some different themes. It shows that, like I said, women who are high achieving and not the stereotypical, like, oh, you must have been sleeping with a lot of men. You don't have nothing going on for yourself. And now you're pregnant, girl. So I'm hoping to see more involvement. What would I rate this episode? Out of 5, I'm going to give it 3 stars. Okay. Because it's feeling a little cheap. It's feeling a little easy. All right. And I hate to come on here and be very critical of Black shows, because I can tell the vibe of this show with this large time gap, with the strikes, with funding. It probably wasn't a place where they weren't even sure if they were going to bring a season 3. So I don't want to really critique it too hard. And you also have to think the people at the top of these companies don't look like us. So some of our storylines have to be palatable for a wide audience and not just us. So I'm keeping that in mind too. I don't want to go too hard in the paint now about this first episode. But now we see Camille is pregnant. Okay? But I want to see more involvement. I want to see growth. I want to see growth. I want to see me as a Black woman in these different diasporas moving differently, evolving, being successful without a man. Because we are successful out here without men's. Okay? But I want to know, what do you guys think? I got episode 2 to watch. Hopefully we get somewhere, okay? But let me know your thoughts about episode 1. Hopefully there'll be more layers, more richness, more things to like, okay, give me something to eat. Because my plate right now is empty, okay? But make sure you hit that like, you subscribe. I will see y'all for episode 2.